Okay, so while we are on the subject of coatings, I want to bring up a few interesting points, and Kiki would like to say hello. So a couple things that'll happen. Once you've coated a gourd, whether it's carved out like this or not, sometimes you're going to find if you've used a matte finish spray, you're going to find that the skin feels a little bit rough afterward. And I always make sure I've cured it really well with the heat gun. And then what I'll do is I have a couple rough scraps of cloth and I'll rough over it with the cloth. And if that doesn't bring back the original satiny feel, then I have a couple fingernail files and I'll use those on it, and those work in graduated amounts. They are even finer than, say, a 120 grit, and so they're like a 400 grit or an 800 grit or something like that. And so I will work over the entire piece again in 3 stages until it's back to the buttery softness that it was before I sprayed it. With the gloss, you're not going to end up with that problem, but except on the part that you have scraped the skin off. Sometimes you will there also. And I can kind of explain to you what happens with this. If you've ever cut an onion in half and then put it into your refrigerator, and the next day some of the rings have poked out more than others, almost like the onion's still growing, that's kind of what happens with the gourds. Sometimes I will do these detailed insets like this, and the next day I'll come back and there's almost like, it looks like a growth, like yeast has boiled up or something like that, and I have to rebuff and re-scrape those areas. And I think that's what's happening, is you're just exposing, it is a living thing, it was a plant, and you're just exposing some of the levels of cellulose. And once they get damp, and in Florida we have a lot of humidity, but once they get damp they'll pop back out again, and so I think that's what's going on. So just a couple cool tips for you for when you are finishing your gourds and you want them just to look absolutely perfect when you're done, before you give them as a gift or put them in a show. So if that helped you any, please let me know. If you have any other great tips for how to make your gourds soft and smooth, let me know. And thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.